I am Senator Carter. I'm a senator, but I'm also a farm girl. I'm passionate that people ought to know two things: their farmer and their food. Rural America has been built on the backbone of average, everyday people who work their fingers to the bone to provide quality products, not only for their families, but for their communities. Please allow me to lay out and illustrate the plight of the small dairyman. It's easier to buy marijuana now than healthy, safe, even tested by the health department, raw milk. Due to weather, several of my witnesses were unable to come today, including Dr. Mark Robinson and his wife, the owners of Marley's Creamery, which is the last grade A retail raw milk processor in the state. I would like to share their story with you today. In 2000, there were 3 co-ops in the game: DFA, Kraft, and a private association, Central Equity Co-op. 3 dairies with a grade A retail raw milk processing license: Marley's Creamery, Lauren A. Dairy, and Jersey Girl. Marley's Creamery is the only one still standing. In 2000, Dr. Robinson started Marley's Creamery, selling bulk milk to co-ops. He had 120 head of cattle for milking. In 2008 and 2009, he had to cut his head down to 40 cattle. Bulk milk was going for $16 for 11 gallons. His cost to produce was far above this, and he was losing $5 for every transaction of this size. So he decides to get a permit to be a grade A retail raw milk processor, a permit, as defined in the rules at the time, 1 CSR 80-3.010. The cost for making this change was upwards to $400,000, almost $500,000. There were and are many requirements to be a grade A producer and a distributor. It requires certain appliances, holding tanks, bottling procedures, animal testing, and, very important to note, frequent testing by the health department to meet their health standards. The testing requirements laid out in the rules match our bill. The bacterial plate count of the milk or cream shall not exceed 50,000 per milliliter and not more than 1,000 coliforms per milliliter. And that's in CSR 80-3.060. But the rules and definitions continue to change. From 2009 to 2016, farmers lost their ability to sell their milk at farmers markets. He was having to dump $42,000 worth of milk a year. In 2016, Dr. Robinson, having never failed a health department test, starts selling in local stores and that want to sell his product in the Carthage area. Health department cites infractions against the stores. There was nothing in the law that made what he was doing illegal. In 2022, in January, Dr. Robinson stopped giving approval for health department to oversee his product because the license to be a grade A raw milk processor served no purpose. Last summer, he was using a local grocer as a delivery point for his raw milk, and it was embargoed. Instead of letting him take his milk, it was wrapped with yellow tape until the shelf life had expired. The bottom line is this: he spent almost $500,000 to meet the demands of the milk board and the health department, only to have the rules change. His milk samples are recorded in state labs. They have the evidence that it is safe. He was playing by their rules. This is an amazing, developed dairy operation. If local grocers and stores want to sell it, they ought to be able to. Unpasteurized, unhomogenized milk is healthier and can be produced, as illustrated by a decade and a half of samples, as safe. Thank you.